So today we're going to cover a very simple topic. My voice is a bit sore because I've just done episodes. This will be the last one today. And then we will stop for today. And then we'll probably go do a bunch of different things. So the one big thing I changed is this cooldown. So you go to ability data and move this little cooldown timer outside of the ability key. Okay? This means if there's no key, it will still show the cooldown. Only useful for some very few passives that sometimes you want to show a cooldown. Not for. Today we're going to cover our shop system. Now you may have noticed a few buttons on our shop system. You may have noticed both a recommended tab and an all items tab. We're going to change our item database a bit. These list of items are just our list of items. We're going to count these list of items as our all items. Now we also want another list of items, exact same thing, as our recommended. Right? So all items you can search, all that stuff. Recommended is just going to be a list of items that we're going to periodically go through. But we're not going to do it this way. We're actually going to create a little script called a shop set. Oh, our little capsuckers on. I say a lot. And we're going to make sure there's a few things that we need, and we want system.serializable. Another thing we will need in this build will be the generic, so make sure you put the generic. If you don't put generic down, it won't work. What do we want? We want a list of items. And we're going to call this set items. That's going to be equal to a new list of items. Now what we always want to do is we also want to have a name. So public string name. Simple. A public shop set. Hey, give me a name and give me a list of items. Actually, you can give me an array of items. Okay, I'll check an array. Items. Then what will happen is we go, hey, set items is equal to items. This shouldn't complain too much because of how the system works. It shouldn't. Oh, it's gonna hate it because it doesn't like me converting an array into a list. Does it really matter that this is a list? I think that this should be an array actually. To be perfectly fair. I press the insert button. It's like, why does that thing appear? Always confuses me. Okay, and now we're gonna shop data. We're gonna have a list of recommendeds of shop sets. We can call this recommended with a lowercase. What you will see is when we open this up, and our shop, I believe we put it. You'll see the recommended tab. Now we can say, hey, we're going to have one slot. And in this slot, we're going to have 5 items, and we're going to call this starting. And within these items, we need certain things, right? But the thing is, there's a slight problem. How do we give this items? Because if we want to edit here, how do we give this items? This is where code's going to come a lot better, and you're going to actually maybe even have to code it. But this is fine because we can code it. So we're just going to add a little bit of code, and we're going to go character scripts. And we add a little character script called our player default. And this goes on this player. how we just do this? Then we can zoom in properly, and then we want to actually add this. Default should be fine, but it may not like default because it's like conflicting or something. Very simple. That's fine with default. Now, Pigo, well, how are you going to add this? Well, each player will have a prefab for that player. So when we instantiate that player, we'll instantiate the prefab, and that will instantiate the little script. Could put this under a starting character, but we're not going to. What it's going to do is this is literally just going to have a public list of items, or an array of items. I'm just going to call this items item set. Or we probably could have a list of shop sets, which we're going to call as shop sets. Now, I mean, this is for recommended, but we could do it for other things too. Okay. Public Boolean mode. So whenever we are doing this thing here, this is fine, right? But what happens when we are refreshing the shop window of this whole build item in shop? What we're actually going to do is we're going to keep the items, but what we're actually going to do is we're actually going to what do we do wrong? No, nothing. Okay. See this little item list? Yeah, we're going to create two. We're going to call this duplicate, then we're going to call item list 1, which is not going to be called item list 1. It's going to be called how do we call it? Recommended list. I'm going to recommend it. Make it super simple. So we go, well, if you're going to refresh the window, alright, we're just going to do a simple update. If mode is equal to true, then what we're going to go is we're going to go, okay, well, we shouldn't do game object, fine, we should do two ones, which we, to be two, we have one called, window, which I don't actually know where it is. Window is the whole shop thing. Okay, that's not good. We're looking at parent. Sure, I have one here. Oh, here's parent. Okay, where's parent? Parent is item list. Okay. So we want a public transform and call this parent 2. Turn this on to say all items, and turn it off to say, actually off can be on can be all items, off can be no items. So we're saying, hey, big importance here. If mode is equal to true, then what we want to do is we want to turn off parent 2 dot set active. Now there's a big problem with this. We have to do .gameObject.setActive. That's a big thing, and then we make sure that parent 1 is set active to true. Else parent .gameObject.setActive is false, and parent 2.gameObject.setActive.true. So we are setting our objects like that. So what you will notice is no difference, but what you will actually notice is if we change our mode, what happens? These things go away, but they're still there. Now why do they go away? Well, very simply, it's not turning off that for some reason, but it doesn't actually matter, because what we're actually going to do is we actually just care about this setting of parent 2. We don't really care about much else. The reason why we care about the same parent 2 is we're saying, okay, parent 2 is actually true, and it'll actually come over the top, because it's the hierarchy system is basically this stuff will be at the very bottom and this stuff will be at the very top. Simple hierarchy. So this will be above this. This will be above this. This will be above this. I mean, like, by the above, I mean like behind. So you see the shops at the very front because we have it here, but if we moved it behind UI, you see it's right behind the back. One of the reasons we have it so far forward. Now, since we turn recommended on, that's a requirement panel. We'll go into that a bit later. Well, if we're turning it on, do we want to, under build item and shop, do we kind of want to build item the recommendeds? Well, that's going to be done at the start, right? So we do this whole build item in shop, wherever it is. No, we want control F. Oh, sorry. Build. There you go. Oh, here we go. That's in text. Oh, I see. So when we refresh the window, we also want to refresh this. If this item is anywhere in the thing. Do you get what I'm saying? If the item's anywhere in the recommended, then we go do it. So whenever we refresh the window, we want to go for each item in items, but we don't want to do the same. Actually, we want to remove this. What we want to do is we want to do the same thing as for each item in items, but we just want to do it, guess where? In recommended, yay. And we're going to go key.value. This one we actually go to a for loop. Recommended.length, .count. I don't know your list. It should not be a list. Here you go, and this should be .length. And so what we're going to do is now we're going to build item in shop. So build item in shop, and we go, hey, well, we want recommended of i.name, and then we want to get the parent, which is literally just the parent, which is parent 2, like this. So what this will do, we have to actually supply. So when we start, we will have to actually tell it it's recommended. So under default, we go, hey, public void awake. We go, okay, well, shop database dot instance dot recommended is equal to shop sets, and you go shop sets dot length. Shop sets is equal to a new of like 3. How about we just do like 1, right? 2, and then you go, okay, well, shop database. Actually, if we do this, it should. It's actually an error. That's just not. It really does not like these. The system, or whatever it's called. The AI pathfinding. It really does not like that. But we can sort that out later. So we can go, okay, well, swap sets that. Then we can go, okay, well, swap sets of 0, which is the first one, obviously, is equal to a new item, which is, we just can call it new item. Oh yeah, new swap item, which is, we get a name. We can call this starting. So starting, and then we're gonna give it a new item set of 3. It's gonna be like, I don't know, well, we only want 1, right? We're just gonna give a new item. Since we're gonna be adding our items through here, we start doing that. Really? I just deleted that, but I was didn't. And we go, hey, well, we're going to go shop database. Base dot instance. If I can spell dot items of wait, let me just do this for a second because it's freaking out because it's apparently wrong. There we go. Of items. Is that how you do it? Yeah, it is. Okay. So items, I'm going to say new item. Which I can't remember what it's actually called. So that's up to us to add, right? Remember, this is up to us. So we could have another script that does this, right? A default script. This is kind of what the default script's going to do, is kind of do all this stuff. And then if you want to do your own unique stuff, you can. But right now, it's just going to do everything. I can't remember what we called it, so we'll go find that. It's inventory system, abilities, new item. We actually give it a name. The item name is just new item. Good. So it's equal to that. Recommend is equal to this. So this should be fine. If we start now. Oh! I get it. Really? I understand how it works. So we want a mobile set. So we actually want to go for each set, and then in each set we want to go for each item. So it's actually a double for loop, which is what confused me. Dot of I dot of j. J is equal to this. J is less than that. Dot length. J plus plus. And then we go recommended that this at the of j dot name. There we go. I'm ready. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh, it worked. Yeah. It works. So we click this. When you click this, one big thing is mode's gonna be get and set. This is such a cool trick, right? Get. I can't even remember how to do it again. Damn it. I know where to get it, so we're just gonna do this under our. Because I found this and I can't remember what the. Oh, it's that, yeah. So this is this little phrase here, which is essentially a Amazing. Oh, okay. I don't just do this. This way is easier. Hey, recommended. Guess what? Well, you're gonna access shop. Really, you're gonna do this to me? You're gonna access shop. And mode. You're gonna turn mode off. Hey, items. You're gonna do the same thing. You're gonna access shop. You're gonna access shop database. You're gonna access mode. And you're gonna turn it back on again. What if you want names? Don't worry. You can add names. That's what that little star thing for. That's what we're not gonna cover next episode. But we may. Because we basically covered this episode. This episode's probably gonna be split up into two. That's basically it. But or maybe just cut out like the bits on like, what do I do? But I think that's important because otherwise people miss things. Because I was trying to be nice and like do that so people don't have to watch me try to figure out code. But then I was like, but people miss bits, so I have to include it anyway. So see you guys next time. Anyway, have a nice day.